Good morning everyone. So for today's video, we will be demonstrating to you the use of different geographical tools and how you can apply this in your daily life as a student. So hope you like this video. So first, I will be discussing to you about GPS. So the GPS, or the Global Positioning System, is a space-based satellite navigation system that provides location and information in all weather conditions anywhere here on Earth. And one good example of a GPS navigational apps is the Google Maps. So how to use Google Maps? So we will be giving you directions or steps on how to use this app. So when you already have the app, you just need to click that app, and then after that, this will pop up on your screen, and then you could actually see a lot of mga references as to what specific locations are you trying to look for, be it restaurants, coffee. So Google Maps could provide you for that. Then as you click this button here, you can actually see the different map types, whether you want it a satellite like map type, or terrain if you want something that you could see mountains and others. And then there's also map details here that tells you whether that specific location is in traffic. So here's an example of a satellite view of a map. So here it is Cagayan de Oro City, so you can actually see the satellite here. And then if you want to know the traffic routes or the different areas in Cagayan de Oro that is traffic, you can actually click this button, or this what do you call this map details, the traffic one, and then you could actually see what specific areas, or where are some areas that are in traffic. So that's how we use Google Maps, and it's very useful for us if we are still students and then we wanted to know the traffic routes, or if we're new to a certain place. So Google Maps is the best navigational apps that you could actually use. So I've been using Google Maps ever since I moved here in Cagayan de Oro, since I'm new to this place. And it's very important for me to have this app, and it's very useful because it gives me the directions, whether I am going to the right direction or not. So this is very useful for me, especially to those people who are just new to this place. So Google Maps is the perfect navigational apps that you can use. So I hope that you've learned something on how to use Google Maps.
So the second example of a GPS navigational app is called Waze. Waze is a navigational app that used by drivers, passengers, and also commuters. Waze can also check road construction, traffics, and all the gasoline stations along the road where you're going. So the features in this app includes gas, restaurants, coffee, and other more. So when you're riding a motorcycle, taxi, private vehicle, or a passenger car, Waze can direct you where you're going. So if you want to avoid traffic, the Waze app is very useful because it will reroute you to the easiest way to go where you want to go. My experience for the Waze app is very useful because for me as a driver, Waze app will reroute my route to the nearest and the shortest way to get out of the city, because Cagayan de Oro today is very traffic, too many cars but not too many roads. So I highly recommended this app for drivers that do not know the place, and also for drivers that have not experienced traffic in cities.
So I hope that you've learned something about the two GPS navigational apps that we've discussed to you earlier. But if for instance you still don't have this app, we will teach you on how to download it using your Android phone. So first, you need to go to the Google Play Store and click that app and then try to search Waze apps. And then after that, it will just pop in on your screen, and then that's the time wherein you can download it. And then that's how you download Waze app. For Google Maps, just also do the same thing. So type Google Maps, or if you have already Google Maps on your phone, so that's very useful. So just click this and then download it. So that would be all for the global positioning system. So after discussing to you the GPS, now we will be going to discuss to you the different types of maps that we have. So the first type of maps is the political map. So political maps are among the most widely used reference maps. They are mounted on the walls of classrooms throughout the world. They show the geographic boundaries between governmental units such as countries, states, and counties. They show roads, cities, and major water features such as oceans, rivers, and lakes.
So next is the physical map. So physical map are designed to show the natural landscape, features of Earth. They are best known for showing topography either by colors as shaded, relief. Physical maps often have green to brown to gray color scheme for showing the element of the land. Darker scene are used for near sea level elevation with color grading with the tans and browns of elevation increase. The color gradient of often terminates in shades of gray for the highest elevation.
And the third type of maps that we have is the topographic maps. So topographic maps are reference maps that show the shape of the Earth's surface. They usually do this with lines of equal elevation known as contour lines, but elevation can also be shown using colors, color gradients, shaded relief, and a number of other methods.
So lastly, geologic maps. So geologic maps are types of rocks and sediments present immediately below the surface of the graphical area. Sediments cover its shown shades of yellow and rock units shown in a variety of colors, often based upon lithology. Rock unit, contacts, folds, and strike dip measurements are batted in black.
GIS, or the Geographic Information System, is a business information management system that helps us capture, analyze, and present geographic information on a map. So maps allows us to view, understand, question, and interpret, visualize data in many ways that reveal relationship, spatial patterns, and trends.
So today, I will be discussing to you more about the uses of GIS. So one of the uses of GIS is mapping data. So the central function of Geographic Information System is provided by a visual presentation of data. In the example below, simply mapping out geographic features helps the viewers to understand where the wells and around the lake. So another uses of the GIS is what's in an area. So a basic analysis that allows a given area from one later to be overlaid onto data from other themes. A good example would be what types of soil we found in the school grounds, what type of industrial uses had this area had been put in the past 50 years.
So after knowing what GIS is, so today I will be teaching you how to use the 5 steps in GIS analysis process. So the first step would be frame the question. So what does we do when we say frame the question? So this step seems straightforward because typically you're assigned a project to obtain specific information. Some projects includes answering several questions derived from a high-level question. How you frame the question helps determine which GIS tools and methods you use for the analysis. So here are some of the following sub-questions that you could ask. First is, where are facilities that provide healthcare services? For example, you are doing an analysis of a place wherein you need to find facilities. Then second is, do areas with the highest population density have the greatest numbers of facilities? So you need to frame these questions in order for you to move to the next step, which is explore and prepare the data. This step can be the most time consuming if you don't have all the data needed for the analysis of the project. So you must collect it all. So in exploring the data of a feature geography, attributes, and metadata to determine whether the data will be useful for your analysis and what kind of preparation, if any, may be required. Questions to ask about data include, what is the data format? How detailed is the data? At what scale was it collected? So that's the different questions that you can ask. Next is, when you prepare the data, you need to organize all your data into one folder to help it simplified analysis tasks. So for this project, a file folder was created to organize shape files. And next step would be to perform the analysis. If you've diagrammed the process in step 3, then in this step, you simply follow the diagram, completing each task in sequence. And lastly, you're now ready to examine and refine the results. So what information does the summary table provide? The count ZIP field tells you the number of hospitals in each zip code that contains a hospital. So that's how you do analysis in using geographic information system. So hope you understand that topic. So to sum it all up, all the things that we've discussed here earlier, the different geographical tools that we use in our daily life is very useful for us students, and of course, simple or just an ordinary individuals, because it really helps us navigate, or it really helps us, gives us the right location or information if we're new to a certain place. You, Carlo, what are some of your insights while doing the activity?
So actually, these apps are easy to use, it's simple. So people nowadays can go to places easily without stopovering and asking questions to people. It takes time for them to ask questions to many people. These apps help them so that they can shorten the travel time to the place where they can go.
Yeah, di ba, you're more talking on the GPS side, since we've talked about Waze and using Google Maps. But then, one thing that I realized while we discuss about GIS, or the Geographic Information System, is it's really it's really difficult. Yeah, it's really difficult to do certain analysis because there are 4 steps in doing that. So as what we've mentioned earlier, so the challenge here for us is on how we really put effort and commitment on how to do that analysis in order for us to come up with a right and concise result while doing our research in the future. And lastly, when we talk about maps, unsa po lang imong na-realize?
So maps is easy to see but difficult to read sometimes.
Yes.
Because we can know that what is terrain ahead of us.
Since we have different types of maps.
Yes,
right?
different types of maps.
Yun. So I think overall this video really would give us knowledge, diba, information like that on how we can actually utilize the different geographical tools that we have right now. So that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed the video. So
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm Carlo Esquivel.
And I'm Roel Daman. So see you around.